Hey guys! So today's topic is connecting with your oversoul aspects or spirit guides. This is for anyone who resonates with the idea of having more than one oversoul aspect. For example, if you resonate with angels, but you also really feel connected to Pleiadians or Lyrians, or let's say you've always loved fairies, but you feel a deep connection with the starseed information and community. Because I appreciate the fact that everyone's a little more open-minded now. I remember, even in this community, there was a time when it was more like separate. Like, you couldn't be Etherean and have connections, which was like pretty much, I think, anything furry or whatever. You couldn't be more than one. You kind of had to be, oh, well, I'm Angelkin, or oh, well, I'm like fairy, or oh, well, I'm, I have draconian, I'm a dragon, it had to be one or the other. And now I really love the fact that you can have more than one soul aspect, and that's accepted, and there is even a framework for that now, which is awesome. So we've come a long way, which I love. So for me it's a lot about being open to having this framework, and I don't know if we're all starseeds. I feel like I'm biased because I am one, but I do feel like I've heard a lot of the QHHT sessions where they're like, yeah, our DNA is all from the stars, like we're not just aquatic apes, there's other stuff in there, and that resonates for me, but we don't know. I would never tell anyone what to believe. I do feel like you should research this and find out for your own what resonates. The closest framework for these different higher selves being in different realms that I've found that resonates for me, because I personally believe that we each have at least one in each realm, has been Unite the Collective, has a video, Morning Coffee with Rion, Dimensional Template Explained, and a lot of those overlap with what I've found from my own research. But keep in mind that any starseed race, any star race can ascend. So let's say most Syrians are in 60, but yours is like in 8 or something. That's not necessarily false, it's just he's advanced. So that's just an example. But yeah, if you just want to connect with your guides in general, and this doesn't have to be, because there's ones who are on your soul stream, and then there's like my tree in the yard, who is not necessarily on my soul stream, but I consider it a guide, like your past relatives, for example, are connected to you, but they may or may not be on your soul stream. So that can get a little complicated too, but anyway, lots of great ways to get in touch with them. I still love an Epsom salt bath, or any kind of hot bath. I find that works better for me than just plain old astral travel, because you're also clearing at the same time. Also this thing where you kind of put your hands out and you go, like a lot of channelers will do this, because you have a template for receiving now. You have, it does relate to one of the letters that I'll get into later too, but this is not about that. So yes, putting your hands out parallel absolutely helps you receive. And you can even picture clockwise receiving vortex on the left hand. And then, so the other things that you can do to help channel and receive information, you can do automatic typing, you can do automatic writing. I'm always amazed at what comes through that I was like, oh, that makes sense, I didn't intend that, oh, that's coming from, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, so now I'm going to talk about dimensions and dreams. If you don't think dreams are dimensional travel, if you just think that they're guidance and they're just you processing your day and different ways to receive that guidance, that's fine. Personally, I believe that dreams are dimensional travel. When I was younger, I scaped all my dreams. I drew a map of where different dream realms were and what was going on in them, and yeah, that was like when I was a teenager. And I realized, well, my dreams aren't just here. I have some dreams that occur in heaven and some dreams that occur on other planets, and once you get used to doing that, you kind of realize that there are different places that we travel to sometimes, which is cool. So yeah, so for example, I'll have recurring dreams throughout the years of like a place that's like a ski lodge. So, and then there's a place, the White Lodge. Like, there's dreams that are more that Pleiadian, like that very elven energy where you've got either pink or purple mountains and everything's like cool and warm and like sunny and happy and just beautiful, and that's like 5D, but like there's all these different realms. But once you get used to doing this, you'll see, oh, this is the one where I'm on the ship. Oh, this is the one where that. So keep track of that. Write down your dreams. That absolutely helps too. What else? Yeah, oh, so this is the reason why I even made this video. Because when you get into the deeper layers of some of this stuff, like they're telling me now, if you're on this journey and you know at least one or two of your guides and your aspects, like, oh, also if they're connected to you, when you travel that silver strand, it almost looks like a rainbowy, like silver, giant spider web silk strand. When you travel that and you see this is where they take you, that's who's on your soul stream. That's who you're connected to. It's almost like some kind of weird interconnected like communication hub, like back in the day when they would like do the phone calls and you'd call someone and it would like go to this one and to that one. That's kind of how it is. So ask your guides, who don't I know, what can I do, like, and try to write it down from, because I do believe 2D is a thing, so write it down all the way from 2 to 8 for now. That's what this is your homework. This is what I want you to focus on. Your aspects from 2 to 8, write it down. There's light side and night side, which is not quite accurate, there's your self-service, service to self, and there's service to other aspects. One's on the right, one's on the left, and try to figure out what the service to self ones want you to do for them, and try to figure out what you can do for the service to others aspects. Just ask them all, like, what can I do? Is there anyone I can help to ascend? Is there any, like, you know, I don't usually do soul retrievals, but that might be something that could help you too. But just ask them, what could help you out? What can I do for you today? And then be like, the only thing I want from you, I mean, I'd like to get to know you better. I'd like to know your first and last name. If you have a last name, I'd like to know where you come from, because that's another thing. Think about it. Like, their star race is not necessarily where they're at, too. Because, like, well, I'm half Greek, but I'm not from Greece. I'm from America. So you might have an aspect who's a different race in another galaxy. So yeah, get to know them, what they like, where they're from, what they look like. And the more you are able to integrate these aspects, the more energy you're going to have, the more connected with yourself you're going to feel, the more powerful you're going to be, your gate's going to change, your attitude's going to change, everything changes for the better. So yes, this is what I was talking about before with the Viking stuff. So the more of this stuff you can integrate, the more downloads you're going to be able to receive. And yeah, we are also going to get more respect from the star races the more we step into our power and, like, acknowledge everyone around us and, like, say, hey, thank you, yes, I'm helping you out with this, alright. So, and yeah, find out their strengths too if you can. And then once you've done this, by spring we're going to get some codes, and that's going to help us. And yes, integrating is the message of the day today. I hope that helped you guys. I love you. Mwah, mwah. Blessings and better tomorrows. Bye.